Welcome back, Commander. In this video, we'll be featuring the PsiCorps as an Epsilon subfaction from a Red Alert 2 mod called Mental Omega. Mental Omega is a free unofficial expansion pack for Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge. It started off as a balance modification created by Speeder and Meviter and was first released in 2005. After a few years, it had grown into an unofficial sequel with new campaigns for the Allies, Soviets, and Yuri. Now, version 3.3 marks the end of the long road and is the final iteration of the Mental Omega mod series. Enhanced with the powerful Ares expansion DLL, Mental Omega 3.3 introduces an entirely new faction to the play, the technologically advanced Foehn Revolt, as well as continues to bring new features to Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge, while maintaining a strong sense of gameplay balance. But before we begin, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel so we can help deliver more info on the battlefield. PsiCorps is the first wing of the Epsilon Army, founded and led by Yuri himself during his days in Russia. Under his guidance, PsiCorps have remained pioneers in psychic tech. This allows PsiCorps to turn the tables on opponents who vastly outgun or outnumber them, despite the generally poor armor of its forces. The forces of PsiCorps utilize anti-gravity propulsion for several of their units in order to further increase their mobility and maneuverability. The gravity manipulation has also been weaponized in the form of their magnetrons and magnetic beams. The use of these bizarre forces, along with the presence of Yuri's cherished progeny and hero, Libra, makes the PsiCorps one of the biggest threats to the free world. According to scarce intel available on her, Libra is the most powerful psychic in the Epsilon ranks, possibly even rivaling Yuri himself. However, the information that cost many agents' life suggests that she is incapable of using her mind to create a mind control link with targets, as she appears to have serious personality issues. Instead, she concentrates on destructive telekinesis and object manipulation, having custom-made explosive darts, which she moves freely with her abilities as a weapon of choice. Libra has both active and passive psychic abilities. The passive ones are a kinetic shield around her, which makes her resistant to small arms fire and physical damage, and the ability to levitate herself in the air, allowing her to cross water just like the Epsilon elites do. A floating device known only as the cerebral amplifier/suppressor is permanently connected to her spine and is presumably responsible for amplifying her powers and thinking processes. Paradoxically, it also keeps her abilities in check. When surrounded by many enemy tanks, Libra's CAS may be partially deactivated by her active proselyte in order for her to unleash a powerful gravity field that will destroy the attackers. While useless against infantry, the field works just as well against enemy ships, only to further state how powerful she truly is. Though perhaps one of the most powerful psychic forces in the world, her violent mood swings and viciously sadistic streak make her a potential threat to all forces. Libra is almost always accompanied by her inferior genetic clones on the battlefield, as they are the only beings that can tolerate her moods and psychic presence without adverse side effects for longer periods of time. The PsiCorps Psychplug is a subfaction exclusive Pandora hub upgrade that unlocks several support powers, as well as the weapons array the commander needs to dominate the battlefield. The Psychic Tower is feared by Yuri's enemies. It is the pinnacle of his PsiCorps mind control technology, as while it can control multiple targets, just like the Mastermind, it does not share its weakness in the form of willing to control more than it is capable of. Its mind control apparatus does not overload and will not result in sudden self-destruction. Once the Psychic Tower captures 3 objects, that's it. No more will be mind controlled, until they are killed or the tower itself is disabled through some means, like low power or hacking. This has led to Allies and Soviets attempting to sacrifice the most expendable of their troops in order to render a psychic tower useless or sabotage the base's power before they attack. This magnetic beam comes from an unidentified object high up in the sky and will slow down or even immobilize metal objects that belong to your enemies, but will not leave your own units unaffected if nearby. The magnetic beam can be ordered to move like a flying unit once selected at its base. The Libra Clones support power calls upon a cloaked debug transport that will paradrop 3 Libra Clones anywhere on the battlefield. They can be used for both offensive and distraction purposes, masking the one true Libra's presence. Libra Clones can't use the anti-gravity field and are much weaker than the one true Libra, but are still effective in numbers. The elite force of the Epsilon Army, these adepts have proven their worth to Yuri himself. Assigned to the PsiCorps, they represent some of Yuri's most powerful agents. Emanating powerful psychic energies gives the elite minor telekinetic abilities as they levitate themselves slightly above the ground, allowing elites to travel over water. Lasher light tanks were originally a Soviet design, envisioned as a complementary unit for the Rhino tank, but was cast off in the end before the Third Great War has even begun. When the incident of a Stalin's fist theft became more public, Yuri had his troops acquire a bunch of old Soviet blueprints for reverse engineering. Among the blueprints were the schematics for the Lasher, the tank that has become the backbone of the PsiCorps armored divisions. The Lasher has a special ammo reload system, which allows it to rapidly fire 4 shells consecutively, before switching to the standard reload rate. This made the vehicle ideal for ambushes and attacking the enemies first. Additionally, the Lasher has the best armor of all the Epsilon basic tanks. Tasked with the gruelingly difficult mission of defending the hidden locations of the PsiCorps proselytes from enemy forces combing their surroundings, the top Epsilon scientists and engineers created a vehicle that would be able to react to almost any threat, be it land-based or seafaring. The Marauder is equipped with a lethal pyrokinetic beam able to punch holes into any armor. A powerful engine allows the vehicle to reach astounding speeds, but sacrifices armor and anti-gravity plates allow amphibious travel. This lightning-fast tank is not only an ideal counteroffense against conventional forces, it lives up to its name as a swift instrument of death. Due to its almost completely unarmored rear to accommodate for the powerful engine, Soviet commanders mockingly call it the tank without pants.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste.
This seemingly innocent saying becomes a horrific reality with the Mastermind. According to the intel found in Romania by the Soviets, an adept that perishes has his brain collected and kept alive with neurostimulants. Once enough brains have been harvested, the organs are spliced together into one gigantic cortex through rapid tissue regeneration. The new brain is then placed into a container filled with preservative fluids and grafted onto a huge tank chassis. This incredibly traumatic process often leads to the perishing of most of the brain's personalities, resulting in only the strongest mind remaining aware to control its mechanical cage. The overwhelming psychic power of multiple adept brains is utilized to rapidly seize control of a large number of foes. This nightmarish monstrosity has one weakness though. The Mastermind can only take control of a maximum of 3 enemies before the strain on the brain becomes too much. More enemies controlled beyond the maximum amount result in more strain, resulting in the eventual destruction of the vehicle due to overheating. Regardless, shortly after its existence has been discovered, a realization came that the technology used for this unit could have horrifying implications for the future. The Magnetron is the result of PsiCorps' novel, yet successful, venture into the field of magnetism. PsiCorps has been attempting to recreate the power that Libra and Epsilon elites commanded over gravity through their psychic abilities in order to use for their vehicles. Though failing to achieve this goal with conventional technology, PsiCorps researchers developed an alternative method, mimicking this power. Through the use of the Earth's natural magnetic field, the Magnetron can use powerful electromagnets in order to be repelled by the Earth, allowing it to hover above the ground and traverse water. The weapon of the Magnetron works on a similar principle. The pull of the magnetic beam emanating from this siege weapon can rip structures apart piece by piece. When faced with enemy armor, the Magnetron can reverse the polarity of its weapon, resulting in the target becoming a magnet of its own. This causes the magnetized victim to be pinned to the ground and pull adjacent units towards it. The more Magnetrons target a single unit, the stronger magnet it becomes. For all this power though, the Magnetron is in effect harmless to infantry, as the amount of iron in human blood is too low for the Magnetron to manipulate. The Gehenna Platform is another peculiar machine devised by PsiCorps top researchers. A large mobile platform carrying a single aircraft designed to intercept and prevent enemy aircraft from carrying out their missions. Gehenna platforms are outfitted with exceptionally powerful tracking systems, allowing them to detect aircraft from huge distances and safely target and engage them. Once a Dibuk has been launched, it will relentlessly pursue its prey until the interceptor is shot down, runs out of ammo, or the Gehenna that controls it is eliminated. Though outshining any other dedicated anti-air unit, the platform itself is very slow and is an easy target for ground forces. This ends the Subfaction Spotlight series of Mental Omega 3.3 mod for Red Alert 2. If you want more Subfaction Spotlight series like these, Please click the like button and comment down below on what you want to see next. It will greatly help me deliver more top secret info to you and to our comrades. Until next time, Commander, Battle Control terminated.